Please don't hurt anyone, including yourself. The wires at this end are tied together in pairs, as you can see, and each pair is attached to one of these cables, which we can plug them into the wall power plug. Please join me for the first time to hear how it sounds. And 1, 2, 3, 4. It definitely made me sound like a rock star, although it feels more like an electric chair than a guitar. So for example, if I connect my 12-volt supply here to the primary and charge it and then disconnect it, the voltage of the primary should jump up, creating a huge voltage on the secondary here that should create a spark. Let's try it out. There is nothing. Is there actually a voltage? Well, my theory was right. Obviously there is high voltage on the secondary. I've made my simple circuit here and I attached it to the primary, and I'm using my 12-volt drill battery as the source. Let's try it out. Wow, this is wild. You can see how far... I made it look more like a taser by gluing these nails to it. Let's look at it spark now. This gap is quite wide. Let me measure it for you. Well, you know, metal is generally conductive and electrons always find the easiest path to travel. So I would never touch any high voltage with a 100-mile long metal pole. These sparks are so strong they can set a piece of paper on fire. See? Always be careful when you set things on fire at home. I have a solution that will make you work out for dear life. It's called workout or die. It's a simple device. It's a belt that you tie around your belly with a tiny device that senses your motion. As long as you move, you're okay. But if you stop for any reason, it'll zap you like a mother. You will move no matter what, or else you will feel the pain. The device may often false trigger. The belt is very hard to open. It's made of very durable material resistant to sharp objects, and it cannot be cut. So you will run until the batteries die or you die. Just kidding, we have never had failed batteries. Let's see if it picked up any charge. Okay, let's try it. I have my 120 volt AC live wires here and I'm just gonna connect. Handling live loose wires like this is quite dangerous. So I tied one side to the filament and I'm gonna carefully touch the other side of the filament. As you can see on the scope, the output voltage is around 170 volts. Now I like to use my 100 ohm resistor and connect it to the output to see how the waveform changes. A quick calculation shows having 170 volt across 100 ohm generates 300 watts of power. It's like having a 300 watt lamp between your fingers. It burns your skin very quickly. Now I will measure some waveforms. I connected the probe to my output lines, connected my circuit to this power bar, and now I will turn the power bar on. Now I use pliers to hold the resistor. See, the output voltage drops, but with very small ripples because there is a lot of filtering. Wow, I was holding that. I let it cool down for a while and the ceramic core takes a long time to cool down. Let's charge the car battery with these. Now I have to wait till... Remember, to charge the battery with another, you have to connect the positive to positive and negative to negative. Otherwise, you will short the battery. These screws also get quite tight and need some good force to open. Oh my god, I just hit and released the jack accidentally and the car fell over. The wheel fell right on my shoe, but I was able to pull my foot out fast. Now it's time to lower the jack.
And then God said, let there be steel-toe shoes.
The car is very heavy. Let's measure the current too. Oh, it's not making a good contact. This is bullshit. It's as if the internet is wrong. I was running 313 amps through it and it didn't even move. How much current do I need? A bazillion amps for it to move a teensy bit? My stupid DC fan can cut your finger running on half an amp.
Let's look at it on the scope. I'm probing the live 120 volt AC input and I have my capacitor and diode here and I'm probing across the diode. Now if I connect the circuits together, alright, the polar capacitors are no good for reverse voltage. I have a piece of 22 gauge wire here which I'll measure the voltage across. If I connect it to the output of my auto transformer, I should and burn my fingers again. Eventually we will have to isolate this circuit well to avoid leaking charges because they will load the circuit and lower the voltage. The series remember, even after disconnecting the supply, the capacitors still hold charge. The piece of wire simply shorts the AC output, so I start at 0 volt and slowly raise the voltage while I'm measuring the current with my clamp meter. Let's see. Oh, to measure the current accurately, you need a relatively accurate shunt resistor. For example, here I have a 1 ohm 5% resistor and I'm going to run 2 amp through it and measure the voltage across it. See, now the voltage reading here is actually showing that there is 1.8 amp running through it. It's burning now.
And you're ready to go. A strong drill battery can take care of. This baby is 12 volts compared to the two AA's that are 3 volts total. It's gonna give it the oomph that it needs. Okay, let's power it up. I better do this one quickly. Never do stupid shit that you will regret for the rest of your life.